we're moving to some MLB stuff now. Another debate topic that we brought up as the MLB season inches closer, and that's most exciting team in the MLB. I have two teams. I think we may have similar ones. I left the Dodgers off because I feel like they were a little
we're
bit,
not thinking of the same team, then I'm missing something.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. But
I'm going to be very shocked if we don't have this. I don't want to start with me.
All right. Okay, you can start.
So I had two teams. The first team is the Chicago White Sox. To me, I mean, Tim Anderson, Yoel Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert, and then you get to the pitchers. Michael Kopech is flashy. Garrett Crochet is flashy. Joe Kelly speaks for himself, and then Liam Hendricks and Craig Kimbrell and Kendall Graveman make one of the best 7, 8, 9 bullpen trios in the league. I mean, this team. You saw it in the game, the Field of Dreams game against the Yankees. I thought was the best game of the year last year. I mean, this team is flashy.
Oh yeah. And I had them as my team.
Then my second team was the Toronto Blue Jays.
Thank you. Yes.
So I mean,
big sigh of relief.
Vlad Guerrero Jr., Matt Chapman, George Springer, Teoscar Hernandez. They don't have as flashy of a pitching staff as the White Sox. You still got Barrios. And some other guys, Nate Pearson, Alek Manoah, Gosman. I mean, both those teams. Not only are both those teams good, but they're going to be extremely fun to watch.
No, yeah, exactly.
So much young talent.
Yeah, putting talent aside, like you look at just the White Sox alone, like Tim Anderson, Liam Hendricks, Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert, Lucas Giolito, like all of these guys. Not only are they good, really, really good at baseball, but they also just have so much personality. And that's what I love. Like they are going to show their emotions and they're not going to care about it. And that's what I really like about this White Sox team. And they're really young. And yeah, you got guys like Kopech or Crochet. We're going to throw like 100 miles an hour. So yeah, this team is
Joe Kelly.
So fun to watch. And Joe Kelly, who, I'm a big fan of Joe Kelly. But yeah, I think, and I wanted to put an honorable mention for the Blue Jays, mainly because of Vlad. Just, it's crazy. Like he just hits absolute tanks. And the craziest part is when you look at the batted ball data, he hits too many ground balls, which is just like, I can't even comprehend it. Imagine him just hitting a few more line drives, like cutting the ground balls in half or something like that. Like we are looking at like maybe a 50 to 55, 60 home run season from Vlad. And I wanted to this is more of a dishonorable mention, if anything. I was afraid one of you guys would put the Padres.
Oh,
no.
No.
I was, a funny thing. I was thinking about adding them. And then I thought, I double checked. I was like, outside of Tatis and maybe Machado, there's not many fun. So I'm glad that you.
I don't think Machado's that fun to watch.
I'm glad that you said that.
Thank God you guys didn't have him, because and considering that also Tatis is going to be out for up to 3 months this year, so we're only going to be seeing Machado. And look, I actually like Machado a lot. But other than that, there's really not much. With the Blue Jays, you got Chapman, who is just a defensive wizard. He gets to literally everything. Bo Bichette, who's one of the better shortstops in the MLB. Young guy, he's got the flow. He's got a chain. He's got a lot of personality too.
He's what all the young little league shortstops want to be.
Exactly. He's what all the 12-year-olds want to be. But rightfully so, because I would want to be Bo Bichette too, to be fair. And yeah, you got guys like Nate Pearson and Vlad, and there's just so much youth. Same with the White Sox. There's just all this youth, and the younger guys are really not afraid to show their emotions. And yeah, so my top two were definitely White Sox and Blue Jays.
I want to give a little love to the Braves too. Like,
I was just say that.
They lost Freeman, who's obviously an exciting player, but Acuna, Albies, like all their young guys, Swanson,
Dansby,
Swanson's amazing, like, super flashy and fun in the field.
Austin
like, Riley, I mean, young pitching. I wouldn't put them on the level of the two teams we mentioned before, but definitely even like Acuna alone makes them so exciting.
But yeah, I mean, those guys,
like literally
Acuna
just
Albies, and Swanson
and
Matt Olson now too.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So
I want to give. I
so
mean, I
excited
said at
for
the
the
beginning
MLB.
that I didn't put the Dodgers because I thought it was too obvious of a pick, but it's really not, honestly. When you think about them compared to the White Sox and the Blue Jays and other teams, I mean, they're a really flashy team. They're going to be really fun to watch. But I mean, those other teams are right up there with them.
I feel like
I like the picks that we made.
One negative about the Dodgers is that everyone hates them, so no one wants to see them. No one wants to see them like be flashy, and everyone, they're like the evil empire, beside like the new Yankees almost.
I don't know. I feel like they are the best team in the MLB, but in terms of like flashiness and excitedness,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I don't think I can put them.
Yeah, that's what I was
with the
saying.
White Sox and the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be
Now that I
good,
think about
really,
it, it's
really
like-
good. But like I really don't think they're just super exciting outside
of Trey Turner.
Yeah.
and Cody
Trey
Bellinger,
Turner,
maybe.
even Cody
Mookie.
Bellinger has a cool
Cody
personality.
Bellinger's
Okay,
playing
Mookie,
well. Yeah, Mookie Betts. Yeah.
Mookie Betts. That's a
Mookie,
good
Trey
one.
Turner.
But then other than that, I think it's just they just play really good baseball.
You would have said Scherzer, but he's not there anymore. You would have said maybe Kenley Jansen, but he's not there anymore. It's really just Walker Buehler on the pitching staff. And Julio Urias.
But then there's like they're gonna be good. Again, there's like Kershaw, but Kershaw's not very.
He's not fun to watch.
He's not. He isn't really like. He isn't always like. He's not really into it, you know.
Yeah.
Like he'll strike out like 12 in a start, but then he'll just like say nothing about it. He'll just be like, yeah, crazy. You don't see him like really celebrating, like a guy like Liam Hendricks after a save, or like or Tim Anderson throwing the bat into like the Royals dugout. Like that's cool. We want
that's what you want to
that.
see.
We don't really care about, you know, like, oh, the unwritten rules. We want to see the players play the game, and we want to see them play with emotion. And the White Sox and the Blue Jays are definitely going to do that.
And then another team I just want to mention real quick, because they have the best player in baseball and one of the faces of baseball, is the Angels. Just because of those two guys. I mean, Shohei Ohtani is a one-man show. I almost put them on the list.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, he literally is a one-man show. He can do everything. And one-man show for Shohei Ohtani. But Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout make up one of the most exciting duos in the MLB when they're healthy. But they didn't have the depth of flashy players to put them on this list.
Yeah, exactly. They got the star power, just no depth compared to these teams, you know. But only in terms of flashiness. Yeah,
it's just flashiness. It's teams you want to watch.
Exactly.
But these happen to be teams that are going to be good. The White Sox, Blue Jays, Braves, Dodgers, and they're all going to be good.
Even like the Mets, honestly,
are going to be good.
With Lindor and Scherzer. Okay,
I didn't want to say them, but
I didn't want to say.
I don't want to jinx anything.
I know I have Yankees bias, but they're going to be fun to watch.
They'll be fun.
At least for me, they'll be fun to watch. I would say if they weren't going to be fun to watch, but we can go on to another topic. Came up, I believe it was yesterday, with the Ketel Marte extension. Looks to be a franchise piece for the Diamondbacks in their rebuild. I don't know too much of the contract, Matt. You probably know more than I do. Or Zach, you too,
so
it felt like it was a little less than what he deserved.
I was gonna say that is a severe underpay. 5 years, $76 million. That's like around.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize it was that.
Around $15 million a year for Ketel Marte.
He was an all-star last year.
He was.
Right?
Yeah, he was, and he was an all-star in 2019. He came in like third in MVP voting in 2019. Like I thought this was I was shocked. Not only that he re-signed an extension, but also the fact that he re-signed for this little. Like I feel like that's a real underpay. And it's not like he's super old either, right? Like
he's,
I don't know.
What is he? 28.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
a little up there.
that's still like definitely in the prime
He's in
years.
his prime right now.
So yeah, I think he got way less. It's almost reminds me of not as bad as the Ozzy Osbourne's contract where he's like,
Oh my God, what is that, like 5 years?
It's like,
5 million a year?
Where it's not like Ozzy Albies where he's like signing his life away, but still, I think it's an underpay. But I think it makes a little more sense in terms of the Diamondbacks and in terms of where they're looking at, because
no, it's a great signing for the Diamondbacks.
It's a good sign for the Diamondbacks. They're not going to be competitive. They're going to be terrible, but that's a very movable contract. You want to, like, I thought he was going to be traded like before, like during this offseason, or even
maybe that was their thought process. Like, offer him a lowball him a deal that he'll accept, just because if they couldn't get the trade they wanted now, then it's a very movable piece at the deadline.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I mean, I don't know what team turns that down unless he starts to really be bad. I mean,
yeah, like
compared to some of the other contracts you're seeing for all-star players,
it's very different. It's very different from like a Chris Bryant trade, and like in that I could see someone's being like, oh, this is like Chris Bryant because he's signing a longer-term contract to a bad team, but who's not gonna compete for a while. But this contract is way more flexible in that it's not if a team that wants to trade for Ketel Marte, that's only $15 million a year. That's really not that bad. That's around the same as someone like Byron Buxton's making right now. And also as to my knowledge, there's no trade clause in this deal.
I don't think so.
So, and I personally think that Ketel Marte is definitely a better player than Chris Bryant is also. So yeah, I like the move. It's like fine. Nothing too crazy, but it's a good move for both sides. Actually, really just for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I mean, great deal for the Diamondbacks, but I think he deserved more. But I mean, that's what we have for MLB stuff. That was 2 good MLB topics. We got 1 NFL topic. Talk about big trade adds on to the already big offseason that's happened in the NFL. A deal that, or the rumors of the deal kind of flew under the radar. I mean, I didn't realize a couple days before.
It was all
about the
like
Tyreek Hill trade.
3 hours.
It was only 3 hours, but a week before he posted on Twitter some cryptic messages that really just flew under the radar.
Saying like, "Thank you, Chiefs Nation." Like,
he's
how did we not see this?
And we didn't see it coming. And then a couple days later, he posted the eyeball emoji, and we still didn't see it coming. But
it doesn't even feel weird.
It was between the Jets and the Dolphins for his landing spot. Wish it could have been the Jets, but Dolphins traded a 1st, 2nd, 4th round pick this year, and a 4th and 6th next year, and then signed to a 4-year, $120 million extension. So I'm guessing it's more than the Jets wanted to give up and more than money than they wanted to sign him to an extension.
It was also his decision.
It was his decision, which with the contract.
Yes,
I'm saying he wanted more money with the Dolphins, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's on the same offense as Tyreek Hill. I mean, as Jalen Waddle. Even the quarterback situation isn't great, but he's got Mike McDaniel as their head coach. He's gonna figure something out for those 2 guys. It's gonna be scary. Yeah, no, I think people will be like, oh, this doesn't move the needle much because of Tua turning the ball over, or whatever. It moves the needle. The name is funny, but yes, it moves the needle a lot actually. Because people may be like, oh, Tyreek is a deep threat. No, he's not. Sure, that's what he was mainly used for, under when he had Patrick Mahomes. But I think Tyreek Hill is a very good route runner. There's been plenty of times where Tyreek will just get a screen and then just run up the field for like 15, 20 yards. I think we're going to see a lot of that. His speed, like it's not just that he's really fast. He's really fast, but also a good route runner too. Like he knows how to use his speed and agility. So it'll help Tua a lot, and it'll even open up things for Jalen Waddle too. So then Tua will just have to rely, and Mike Gesicki, and even Myles Gaskin too, because guys they're gonna have to worry about.
Myles Gaskin and Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert and every running back they say stands.
which reminds me, they are all like crazy fast. That's a lot of speed.
This is probably the fastest offense in the NFL.
Yeah, I have some thoughts about this. I don't know.
I think the one thing that's standing out to me is it puts a lot of pressure on Patrick Mahomes.
I think it does
because I mean, a lot of people think that Tyreek Hill kind of bails him out of some situations where he just kind of throws it up and lets Tyreek Hill run under it and get it. He doesn't really have that threat anymore. I mean, he has Mecole Hardman, but we'll see if he can step up. They did sign Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Juju, but I don't know. I think it puts pressure on Mahomes.
I think currently constructed, this is probably the worst like Chiefs team that Mahomes has been on. Like they could finish first or last, and now I wouldn't be shocked with either. Like, like you have to see what they do in the draft. You'd have to imagine they'll add a receiver, but like obviously,
I don't know. I mean,
I'd have to think that
they think that Juju and Kelsey can Juju, Mecole Hardman, Kelsey, and Marcus Valdes-Scantling can do it.
I think they'll. Me personally, I think they'll add one, but I mean the Dolphins side of things. I mean this. What stinks is that they have like the Super Bowl favorite in their same divisions, so their only real shot at making the playoffs is either an injury or a wild card berth. And with how stacked the AFC is, I don't know if that's a given, but obviously it increases their chances. I mean, they're up there with a lot of AFC teams for fringe contenders. But
I mean, I would say they're the second best team in their division.
Oh, easily. And I think that Hill and Waddle will be nightmares for defenses to plan against. And I mean, we'll see what happens with them. I mean, they added a lot of pieces in free agency. They have a revamped offensive line with Teron Armstead. So, I mean, I could easily see the Dolphins making a push for the 6 or 7 seed. But
I like that they're trying to get more competitive with like, a relatively young core.
Instead of they're trying to build. I've seen a lot of comparisons to this being like an OBJ in Cleveland situation, but I don't really agree because
it's not.
The Cleveland had a choice between keeping Beckham or Baker, and they chose Baker, while the Dolphins, if they have to end up choosing between Hill and Tua, they're going to choose Hill. They're also doing everything they can to build around Tua, like adding, like I said, Mostert, Edmonds, obviously Tyreek Hill. They drafted Jalen Waddle. The Browns, like, they didn't really do that for Baker, and obviously Tua's better than Baker.
It also puts a lot of pressure on Tua. I think this might be his last shot. He can't succeed with all the guys that they have. I mean, look at the speed. I mean, just think about it. I mean, I didn't even realize they signed Chase Edmonds. I mean, Mostert is known as arguably a top 3 fastest running back in the NFL, if not the fastest. Chase Edmonds, really explosive. Gaskin even is explosive. Then you have the fastest wide receiver in the NFL and Jalen Waddle, who people
were comparing
to Tyreek Hill coming out of the draft. So, and then with the same offensive coordinator that just had Deebo Samuel. So, I mean, this offense is going to be fun to watch, but it's going to be on Tua to really make it happen.
Yeah, this is definitely Tua's last shot. It's by far the best situation he's been in. But as for the Chiefs, I think they'll be fine. Like, obviously losing a guy like Tyreek Hill they're going to take a hit. But they did sign Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who is known for being that deep threat. And I would say that but Pat Mahomes definitely takes way more deep shots than Aaron Rodgers does. So I think this will open things up for MVS and Juju and even Mecole Hardman. I think they'll be fine just because Patrick Mahomes is just so damn good that he has the arm talent that he could just chuck it down the field. And I like that he is aggressive, that he's really aggressive and likes throwing it 50 yards down the field to try and get like a touchdown or that first down, as opposed to someone like Aaron Rodgers who's a little more conservative with the ball, which is not necessarily that bad of a thing, but sometimes it could be a detriment in that he'll only take a check down rather than try and go for like a really deep pass.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Chiefs will be fine. But it really helps that. But the Dolphins will be much better. But then the Chiefs aren't going to be like that much worse. I think maybe.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, like you guys said, I wouldn't be surprised whether they finish first or fourth. I mean, I could see them finishing fourth in this division.
That's fine. Yeah, that's true. But I think that's just a testament to how good their division is.
No,
how
it
good
is.
Like,
It is.
That's the thing.
I mean,
Like
their division is really good.
One move like this brings you from the favorite to probably the potentially the least favorite. Like it's very, 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 very close.
Has Honey Badger signed yet? I think he's still a free agent. Yeah.
Still free agent.
So the defense is definitely a question mark. And the offense will be fine. But the offensive line also a question mark. So, well, yeah, that AFC West is gonna be so fun to watch. Also,
yeah, it is. But that's what we have for NFL stuff. That's what we have for this week. I feel like we got some really good stuff this week. And yeah, any final thoughts from you guys?
Go Villanova. Just a little more. Just push a little more, and then we're coming home for it. We're coming home with it.
We'll see.
If they get blown out by Kansas. But yeah, we'll see. I think Duke finishes their storybook ending. I guess the game is going to be going on while we do this next week. So
it'll be live.
That'll be interesting. We'll have live updates, but not really. But yeah, so that's all we have for this week, and see you guys next week.